our ranch today. Just myself and my dad. My brother's at home doing his homework. He's finishing up some finals. So this week was not a great week for us. We have our plants in the ground, but after a couple days of them being in the ground, my uncle said that the well was making a weird noise. We ended up getting the pump company out here, and so they pulled out all of these sticks from the well. So obviously this goes underground for the well. So the well went out last Thursday. Today is Friday, so it's been 8 days now without no water. Luckily we irrigated that last day before the pump went out, so there's enough water still for them. Obviously we do not have any choice but to pay the $20,000 to get it fixed. They gave us a couple other options to that we could do, but one of the other options was to get it. They were able to fix the pump that we have right now, but they said that it was going to be about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get all the parts they needed. So we're putting a whole brand new pump in here, so that's going to be the fastest way, but it's also the most expensive way. So if this were to happen in our off season, then we could have waited the 2 weeks, saved probably $10,000, because they said it was going to be pretty much half the amount if we were to just fix the pump that we have. But obviously we cannot do that. We have our plants in the ground, so we have to go the fastest way, which is the most expensive way. Also, actually my uncle and I started this yesterday. We used our neighbor's tractor with the auger on it to drill some holes, and we were digging some holes right here because we want to try and put a shade up over this whole section right here, basically from the end of the barn where the tractor is at that my uncle's on, all the way over here. So we're trying to get these holes dug so we can put our pipe in there, and we had to go buy a shade to basically put this whole section right here under shade, because we usually park our trucks here once they're loaded for the markets, and then my uncle will work on the tractors. And also that's another thing that happened. This little tractor, we took it out there into the field, went to start cultivating, and the starter was ready to catch on fire, so that thing is not working now. So we had to get that fixed. That's not too expensive. And then our neighbor, an older gentleman that lives right down the road right here on this driveway, he gave us this little tractor. He said he doesn't use it anymore, and that he just gave it to my uncle. We got it started the other day. Was driving. I'm at the 4 rows of carrots for the chemical trial. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's kind of getting windy, and I'm just recording on my phone. So we have our tractor connected to our sprayer, and our neighbor is letting us use his water to fill up our sprayer. So we'll come in here and spray these beds just with water about there and back 6 times, and it softens up the ground enough for them. And so right here are all the carrots lined up, and so it needs to have water because those right there, the ground is so hard that it starts strangling the plant, and so then it would kill the plant and we'll have to redo it. So he's coming actually right now with the sprayer on it filled with water. He's probably gonna start going through it. So that's what he's worried about the most, about these things, because it's gonna end up strangling the carrots, and we'll have to reseed the whole 4 beds, so we don't want to do that. So they've been fine for the week that we've been doing it. So we've been doing it for a week, spraying them with just water. I'm stopping right over here. These are also for the chemical company. So we already have, let's see what no, remember what we have over here planted for them. 3 rows of tomatoes, and I believe peppers at the end, or actually eggplant at the end over there. And so right here is also for the chemical company. So these first 4 rows, actually, we hand seeded all the seeds for these 4 rows because they needed 4 rows of melons, which is that's what they wanted to do their trials on. And the nursery did not have any melons available, any trays, so we had to hand seed 4 rows. So that took us a while. We did it on the tractor, but it still took like 2.5 hours to do these 4 rows since we had to go so slow. And then we got more peppers here, and then the last 4 rows are more tomatoes, and they're just doing obviously different applications, so they have to have different rows of the same thing because they're using 2 different, actually more than 2 different chemicals. I believe they have a lot of different ratios of the chemical that they're applying to see which one works the best. And then I'm gonna head out to our first planting right now to show you how the plants are looking. All right, just got out to our first planting. So these were planted beginning of April, so I think it's been about 3 weeks now. They've been in the ground maybe 22, 23 days. And you can see how big they're already getting. Starting to blow up. You can see that they already have their flowers on them right there. So these right here, I believe the first 10 rows are the ambrosias. And just walking along, just show you how the other ones are looking. Some plants you can tell are growing out bigger than the other ones. Right there, nice big one, and these ones a little bit smaller. Once we throw, I think my uncle put some fertilizer in them, but once he hits them with another shot of fertilizer, they're really going to start blowing up. And especially since this week it's going to be high 80s, low 90s. And obviously the melons love heat, so these plants are really going to start taking off. So that's where the ambrosias end right here. We have our other sticks right there. We put those orange sticks so we know what varieties we have. So this switches to a different variety right here, which are the can-dos, the cantaloupe honeydew cross. Green on the inside, but look like a cantaloupe on the outside. Then we got the Charlene's right here. Alright, I'm just moving along. We had just passed right there the canaries, the bright yellow ones. If you watch some of our older videos, the really bright yellow ones, they're white on the inside, they're crispy. And then you got the hammies right here. See, these ones are look like they're kind of growing upward the plant. Right here, all the plants looking nice and healthy right now. Show you how we can check to see if they have enough moisture. So we just break open some of the plastic right here. We just grab the dirt, really, but just looking at it, we know though. So grab the dirt and it holds its form, so we know it has enough moisture right there. So obviously, if we didn't have enough moisture and we would squeeze it and let it go, it basically just turns into dust. Obviously, that's not enough moisture. And then if we were to grab it and squeeze it and a lot of water comes out, that means there's too much moisture in the ground. So we won't water them for a few days. I'll just start walking along over here to where we have our watermelons. We have the watermelons on the other side of the field. And I got to the little watermelons right here. So right here is about an acre of watermelons that we have. And we're gonna end up having 4 plantings, I believe, of the watermelon. So we're gonna have about 4 acres of watermelon. All right, that is pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Our next video will probably be us planting our second planting, which second planting will be all the way out there past the beehives. We're gonna be putting our second planting. My brother will be here, will be able to plant, and bring the drone. Hopefully I remember to get the drone and have it all set up, so we'll get some drone shots of us planting and everything like that. So thank you guys for watching.